Now, let me just state an obvious fact. Left-wing political leaders, some in the legacy media mob, they are putting their supporters' lives at risk. Their endless, incendiary, dehumanizing rhetoric has resulted in more violence and threats against ICE agents than we have ever seen. ICE agents, they are simply doing their jobs, the jobs that they were hired to do. They're conducting dangerous raids around the country. They are enforcing federal immigration law. Supremacy clause. That means jurisdiction is with the federal government. That's it. In many cases, they're getting violent criminals off the streets. They are not the Gestapo, as Tim Walz has claimed. This is not Nazi Germany, as other Democrats have claimed. This is not a dictatorship of any kind. We are, in the United States, a constitutional republic. We are governed by the rule of law. The left, especially under Biden and Harris, they have aided and abetted widespread lawlessness, assisted by Democratic mayors and governors in their respective sanctuary cities and states. We have allowed in known terrorists and murderers and rapists and cartel members, other violent criminals and drug dealers. And ICE is trying to make our streets and city more safe, more secure. Democrats need to stop lying to the country and their base in particular, whipping them into a frenzy. Or guess what? The predictable outcome is more people sadly will get killed. Now take a look at some of the protests in the past few days.
Nazi, Nazi.
Go, hurry up. Shane.
Is that paintball?
Yeah, that's type of balls.
Now, this is what ICE agents have to deal with every single day, everywhere they go. And in Minneapolis, here's some more. Take a look.
If I continually see you following us, interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
Intimidate her is not legal.
I'm not.
The right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Well, bad decisions.
Thank you.
That's funny coming from you.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
These indoctrinated, unhinged individuals seem to believe that Renee Good was murdered in cold blood. Is it a tragedy? Every death is a tragedy. It's sad. It was preventable, for merely existing in Donald Trump's America. They would have you believe that lie. And because that's what their dear leaders in the Democratic Party, now radicalized and extreme, are telling them. Example, Exhibit A, AOC. Take a look.
I understand that Vice President Vance believes that shooting a young mother of 3 in the face 3 times is an acceptable America that he wants to live in, and I do not. And that is a fundamental difference between Vice President Vance and I. I do not believe that the American people should be assassinated in the street. Thank you.
None of that is true, whipping people's minds into a frenzy. Of course, you got to add in the congenital liar, Adam Schiff. He looked at the same footage we showed you, and he concluded that Renee Good was she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but was doing it like day in and day out, according to reports, before getting attacked by ICE for no reason at all. Take a look.
And to think about this 37-year-old woman drops her kid off at school, not involved in protest activity or anything, seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But at one point, she's waving other cars to come on past, trying to make sure that she's not in the way, although she's been pulled over. And then you see her trying to turn away from these officers, and the shots fired into the car. The wheels of the car pointed not towards the agent, but away from the agent. That's what leaps out to me from the video.
The woman next to her got out of the car, taunting, as we just showed you, ICE officers, as she was. Keep in mind, this woman was a dedicated anti-ICE agitator who was stalking and impeding federal agents all day. You know, as the New York Post put it, she was, quote, an ICE watch warrior who was trained to resist the feds. Like always, the congenital liar is wrong. And then there's, of course, Mr. Fang Fang himself, Eric Swalwell. He wants to get a promotion. He wants to be worse than Gavin Newsom. It appears that, well, he staged a fake impromptu interview set to dramatic music in order to politicize the death of Renee Good and hype up his supporters, if he has any. Take a look.
Hey, Congressman.
What's going on, man?
What the is up with ICE murdering a woman in Minneapolis?
She has a name, right? Renee Good. Looks like she was a mom of 3 and had every right to go see her kids last night. And instead, she's dead. And of course, this is what would happen when you have a president who surges his thugs into our communities, masked, unidentified. And I guess you're lucky now if all that happens is you're thrown in the back of a van or you're dragged by your hair through the streets, because now they're just shooting people in the face and bodies are piling up. So, yes, to ICE, my message is stay the out of California.
Stay the F away. Okay, don't enforce laws. Oh, the border is closed. The border's secure. Up next, Pothole Pete blasting the ICE agent who fired defensive shots. According to Pete, he should have been trained on how not to get hit by an accelerating SUV headed right at you. Okay, take a look.
A Minnesota woman lost her life yesterday in an incident that never should have happened. She should be with her family, alive and well, right now. We have an ICE agent who, by the way, is or should have been trained not to be in front of a vehicle and never to shoot into a moving vehicle.
Now, far-left mayor, this idiot, Jacob Fry, also weighed in, mocking ICE agents and their injuries. Take a look.
Don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. Watch the video from every single angle. I mean, the ICE agent walked away with a hip injury that he might as well have gotten from closing a refrigerator door with his hips. He was not injured. I've seen worse injuries from doing that. And so give me a break. No, he was not ran over. He walked out of there with a hop in his step.
Look, we can keep going. I could play these dishonest, incendiary statements from influential, radical left-wing figures all night long. The one thing I cannot play on this show is the same people we're showing you, these same radicalized Democrats, ever showing any sympathy to the hundreds and thousands of Americans that have been murdered and raped or victims of other violent crimes by unvetted, illegal immigrants, the ones they said were not coming into the country when they were lying to the country because they put the so-called rights of illegals above your safety, your security, and the security of the American people. And now Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who recently compared ICE to Nazi Gestapo, is now, quote, inviting all Americans to join Minnesota in a day of unity. The gaslighting and deception, it is off the charts. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.